From their humble beginnings on a cattle station in the Kimberley of Western Australia, Ringers Western's inspiration comes from their roots. Ringers pride their brand on being tough, adaptable, sometimes cheeky, but always offers you class and loyalty. These principles, along with a high standard of design and quality, set Ringers Western way ahead of the mob. Personally, 3/4 of my wardrobe is Ringers and the majority are their jackets. With winter coming soon, head to ringerswestern.com to check out the range and get yours today. Alrighty, welcome back to Reminisce with Jaidyn. Today I'm joined by two of my close mates and fellow teammates, Cam Zurhaar and Curtis Taylor. So thank you for being on the pod, guys.
No worries, mate. It's a pleasure.
Thanks for the call up, mate.
No worries. I didn't realise with this podcast business that it'd be late outs and, you know, we had this time slot filled and needed someone to come in. So I can count on my two best friends to come in, and thank you for coming on again. Obviously we train, we're in the club every day. We see each other every day.
It is a lot of time spent with you two, that's for sure. Both of you we all get under each other's nerves, that's for sure. There's a lot of pulling the piss out of each other, which is always a bit of fun. It puts a smile on your face, but yeah, at times a bit too much for me.
There's definitely no bad weeks. If you're a bit flat, you come into the club and the boys will rag you straight away. So no, it's good. Obviously we get in nice and early, and it's a good environment to come into. Obviously on field it's probably not working for us, but we're having fun. We're coming in, our closest mates each day, and it doesn't matter win, lose or draw, we're coming with a smile and we get around each other. We take the piss out of each other more than we should probably, but yeah, it's good fun.
And we go get coffee most days. We come straight off the track, jump in the shower, have 5 minutes in there, and then we're off in the car to the closest coffee shop. Which one is your favourite? We found a nice
we found one down this little alleyway, which is a little hidden gem. I don't think it's even got a name on it, to be honest. The cups are there, but
I think it's called Small Batch. So
Small Batch.
We've got a few though. I reckon we started first when you came to the club, Fruits of Passion. That was a good egg and bacon bagel. First when we got to the club and it was COVID and money was a bit tight, we didn't have really great food, so we'd go and have
for yourself.
for the $4 coffee. Oh, come on.
No, for the egg and bacon bagel at lunch. It was always the best part of my day, I reckon, is going to get a coffee with you two.
Best bits Jaidyn normally paying. We play this little game on the phone. It's called, I don't know if anyone knows it, but called Swazi, whatever you say it. And you put your finger on and whatever finger lights up, person pays for it. So you've been stitched up the last month.
Yeah, I reckon the last 2 months we had 40 coffees, and I reckon I've paid for 30 of them.
Yeah, so pretty handy, to be honest.
It starts with the coffee, and then when someone else is paying, you get a muffin and a cookie. You just add it all on.
I've been getting a sandwich lately, so it's been all right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up paying about $45 for a large latte with one today, so that's always great. Obviously in pre-season we train pretty hard and we get the weekends off, and you boys, me, we like to enjoy ourselves away from football. It's always fun coming on the Monday morning and debriefing what happened if we happen to have not been together.
Yeah, it's always a big debrief on Monday morning. Normally over coffee again.
The debrief with you. You've been gone missing the last year, but me and Cam seem to find each other. We're always with each other, but normally we remember what's happened. But
yeah, we don't see you too much now that you got the missus and all loved up. So
yeah, and I moved out to Fentry Gully, so the 45-minute trip in.
If we do want to see you, tell us to come to the Fentry Gully Sporting Globe, and we're not going to make it that far out. We'll stick to Balaclava and Chapel Street, I reckon.
Yeah, these boys, they don't venture too far away from Paran.
Yeah.
We'll talk about connections. Obviously, you boys, you walk straight to the front of the line at nightclubs.
No, not me. I just dawdle behind Kurt. Kurt's the one that knows every single man and their dog in Melbourne, and just somehow talks to every single bouncer and just gets in, and then I just pop up, hey mate, yeah, I'll jump in with you. So it's pretty handy if you ask me.
I wouldn't say just Melbourne either. We go to Bali, we can go to Sydney, we go to Gold Coast.
That is very true. Gold Coast as well. He knows his way around there. Tell you what.
I'm just a social man. I'm a man for the people. But yeah, I do have a couple of connections, yes.
Talking about connections, you're pretty happy. You posted a photo with you and Harry Styles. You're able to rub shoulders with the big guy, give him a few North Melbourne jumpers, and you posted a photo of you and Harry on your Instagram story. You're pretty happy. You're coming in like, geez, I'm getting heaps of likes, heaps of followers.
Yeah. I didn't hear the end of it. Still haven't.
It did blow up. Yeah, it come about. My housemate Link Wade, his cousin is good friends with Harry's head of security. So it worked out that Harry was obviously playing in Melbourne, and he said, mate, bring a jumper and a footy. I think we might go backstage and meet Harry Styles. And I was like, I'll bring it. Like, it might be just a hello. And anyway, I went backstage and it was proper like Marvel. I'd been to like where you play at Marvel often, and got the buggy, go to this backstage area, and there's food, drink everywhere, like whatever you want. And it's just Harry's crew. Like, it was just, I'm sitting in there going like, what's going on? Waiting 15 minutes or not. But yeah, Harry ended up coming through just after he'd done a 45-minute cardio session, and he was about to go out and perform for 2 hours. So really nice guy, come out in just a towel. So obviously didn't think anyone was going to be in there. He's just come out in a towel. But we got back into the club that day, and Clarko obviously, he put it up on the screen in front of everyone, and then it did get known. But something that didn't get floated that week is, I had a big week. I literally obviously got that photo with Harry, and then a couple of nights later, Ed Sheeran was playing.
Jeez, he's popping the names, isn't he? He's throwing them out there.
But he'll tell us himself.
And this is the part that I haven't spoken or posted it, but
that's because we told you not to post it.
I got 2 in 1 week with Harry.
You're asking to do the double.
I was going to do the dirty double and just pop off again, but the boys are like, come on, mate, settle a little bit. But my cousin, obviously, Jackson Warren, Shane was good mates with Ed. So we went there, went to the concert as well. I took a photo with Ed backstage too. And I showed you boys, and you're like, you were advocate for posting it. And Cam was just like, mate, do not post it. But
I'm probably just a bit jealous, but
yeah, there's a couple of good stories. They're both really good fellas, but I'd say Ed takes the chocolates.
Yeah, obviously you've had some further dealings with Ed. But you've told me a couple of good stories. There's one I want you to share, whether you do share it or not, I don't know. But
it's in the past now, so I can share it. But when I think about 3 years ago, Ed came out. It might have been St Kilda's 150th game or something like that. And Gadinsky, who was involved with Ed pretty well, and you boys are up in the Goldie, and I was injured. I can say now that I was injured. And Jacko goes, come to this game, like, we'll go watch the Saints. And I was like, oh, okay, like go in there, and he's with Shane, and they're all in there. And I walk in there, and Kylie Minogue and Ed Sheeran are just sitting in the box. And I was like, a bit like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Long story short, game finishes, and I've got the little injury, and they're like, righto, Shane goes, everyone back to my place. And I was like, I can't, like, I have to go. Like, just got to go and see what's happening. I went back there, had a great night, like chatted pretty intimately with Ed and everyone there, and it was good fun. And then Ed, he hands you this glass of wine. I'm just thinking, shit, I'm actually injured. Like, I shouldn't have this. But how many times has Ed Sheeran going to offer you a glass of wine? I was like, I can say it now because it's in the past. But literally had the glass of wine, enjoyed a great night. And won't name names, but a coach of another team, assistant coach, walked in, and he kind of just startled and looked at me. And Shane looks at him and goes, "You don't say a thing. Curtis is never here." So it was a good night. But he was a ripper. He just wanted to know all about AFL. Obviously, his connection with Shane and the Saints. But I've had some pretty good times. Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, in the AFL, there's big drinking rules, I suppose. We can't just knock off work on a Friday and go to the pub, have a few beers. It's sort of not what we can do. But I think if you're going to have any reason to have a drink midweek, getting a wine off Ed is certainly fine in my books.
Some of the finest wine too, for those that know their wine.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being a cheap bottle, that's for sure.
It was a good bottle.
And you might have been on the DMs letting a few people know that you were with Ed.
A few photos sent around or what?
Oh, a couple, yeah. That was me and Jackson at the time were obviously both single, and we said, let's slap this up. Let's make the most of it. And we did shoot the line out to a couple, and the worst part was that he left early. So the couple that said yes.
Said, oh, actually, he's gone.
Actually,
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about coming. But that was a bit of fun. Shane loved that.
Bulls Cooking. For any of those listening, if you haven't checked it out, go to Instagram at Bulls Cooking. There's some amazing recipes on there. He cooks for us boys a lot of the time, every second week, and I try and replicate them when I go home, and they taste nothing like Cam. So it's pretty amazing what you're doing. And
yeah, it's going well. It's done a pop-up now, which is good fun. Looking to do another pop-up in the Yarra Valley, just maybe 100 odd people. Do a little cook-up for them and do pairing wines or something. So yeah, it's just my passion and just something I really enjoy. So I don't know, sometime in the future, maybe open up a wine bar, hopefully not too far away. But I'm actually in talks to one of these guys that I know, and fingers crossed we can open up a burger joint or a nice wine bar soon.
It's an expensive habit though, but shout out to Pete Boucher. Pete Boucher looks after Cams.
Pete Boucher looks after me with meat, so it's a pretty good sponsor, to be honest, at the moment.
You got to give your sponsors shout outs. You also had a North Melbourne member buy you a pig and whistle or
Pig and Pilgrim, yeah.
Pig and Pilgrim, that's an unknown chef.
Yeah, got a nice Argentinian grill actually from this guy, and Pig and Pilgrim, they're absolutely stunning barbecues, and it's like wood fired, so everything's all natural and stuff like this. So it's just absolutely beautiful to cook with, and the steaks unreal.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's obviously I can attest to the standard of the food, and it's always well done. Your culinary skills are amazing too. The way you use that knife, whether it be on meat or lettuce, it's quite amazing to watch.
I play my part too. I reckon I'm often behind the camera.
Yeah. You are a big cameraman.
I'm a cameraman. I'm probably there minimum 2 nights a week just to get involved with the feed. Yeah, I know my role. I'll get behind the camera, and Cam's housemates, they're the what do they call themselves? The president of Bulls Cooking or something like that. Yeah. They're cleaning.
There's a lot of fingers. Like when I'm cutting up things, I get a bit nervous. The boys just trying to pick off some food and stuff out of the chopping board. But yeah, it's good. It's good fun.
What made you take it online, I suppose, and social, wanting other people to see what you can do?
Yeah, I think it was lockdown. Actually, I was living in Richmond with one of my housemates, Jimmy. And just decided to, I think we were a couple of beers in, and decided to make an Instagram page for it. And at the start it was pretty average and nothing really, like, it was just for myself, just to document food and whatnot that I cooked and try to do nice presentation, I guess. And now, things started to pick up a bit, which is good. And trying to work at a couple of restaurants and just put my fingers in a couple of different pies like Kurt does.
The connections.
The connections. So,
I'll sort you out.
Yeah, probably need a few connections with restaurants, but I'll come to you for that.
On the subject of food, you boys, you're well travelled with your restaurants. You're always heading out for dinners here, fancy dinners there. And I thought I'd ask what you guys rate as your top 3 restaurants in Melbourne.
Top 3, jeez.
Give me 3 each, or you can come together, collaborate.
Like we get fussy. It's cuisine, so you're gonna go like Italian, or you want like your modern Australian.
I'll give you my 3.
Yeah, go on.
That I'm really liking at the moment. Bounty of the Sun, number 1. It's a Japanese Asian fusion in Balaclava, which is beautiful.
Don't venture too far from home.
Kirk's Wine Bar is in the city. It's different food, but it's a nice vibe, pretty cozy, just a great restaurant. And number 3, I don't know. Maybe
smashing Ascot Food Store.
Ascot Food Store is elite feed as well.
That's
it's just a bit far away from them. So.
Angus and Bond, does that get a mention?
Angus and Bond does get a mention, but a bit overhyped in my opinion, but there's some good ones.
Cam's the harshest critic out of all of us, obviously. Yeah. Being the expert on food, Kurt and I are a bit more satisfied wherever we go. You took us to Marion Wine Bar for your birthday a year or 2 ago. That was unbelievable. Was it Ox's Tongue that we tried?
Oxtail tongue.
I think we had, ox tongue. We had ox tongue. That was pretty good.
Yeah, the ox tongue. For those of you that haven't tried it, it's obviously it's a tongue. It's basically a tongue, but they slice it up into the skinniest little bits, and it's one of the most divine slices of meat I've had.
You didn't eat a whole lot before that too, and you were looking at it like you're pretty picky and fussy with what you eat, and you looked at it and you were just like, nah. Yeah. And we're like, mate, try it. It'll melt in your mouth. And you literally, you booked the next week to go straight back to take your parents there.
Mate, I'm not going to
have the ox tongue. Yeah. You were rapt about it.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a very fussy eater, and I was even worse when I was younger. As I've grown up, moved out of home, I've had to try more foods, and you're 100% right. I rolled in that day, Sunday Arvo lunch, and I look down and we've got kingfish and ox tongue and all this sort of stuff. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to go hungry today. But had about three pots of draft, and all of a sudden I had my appetite there, and I was trying this food, like food that I wouldn't normally try. I'm actually trying it, and thought it was divine. So
that's the flavour in your tongue, mate.
Oh, 100%. So I think the next week it might have been my mum's or my dad's birthday, and I was like, all right, we're going to Marion Wine Bar. I went straight back there and ordered all the exact same stuff. So
good joint.
No, that's very good. I was obviously with these restaurants, if you might take dates. You're both single at the moment. Which restaurant would you take a date to?
Oh, I don't go on many dates.
Neither.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
We talk about him, but nothing happens. We actually Liam be like, and then doesn't. And it's just me and Cam. They go, it's a date with me and him, and we'll just drag someone along. But
I normally get a bit scared and just say, I'll cook instead, mate.
there's where I think the wine bars are good. If you can get little nibbles and have a wine, and that's what me and Cam seem to do.
There's a good place in where is it?
Windsor.
Malvern, I think it is, called Neighbourhood Pizza.
Oh, that's good.
Great pizza joint, and you get a nice bottle of plonk with it. Oh, delicious.
Obviously, haven't gone on many dates recently. I've had a girlfriend for quite a while, and
You don't take her on dates?
I do take her on dates. I'm saying the dates you're talking about. We go down, we sit there, we enjoy each other's company. But back when I was single, my favourite date spot was definitely a sushi train. You sit there, you honestly just
That's a cheap date.
It's a very cheap date. It's a very quick date. You sit down, 20 minutes, you're already full, $80 on your way out, and you're already on your way to wherever you're going next. For anyone listening and you're not sure, you don't really want to, you're not a very good communicator, just take them to Sushi Train and it's a good 20 minutes, and then you can try and go and watch a movie or something like that. Obviously, we'll touch on footy just a little bit. I'm sure there's fans out there listening that want to know how it is inside the four walls at North, and I suppose I'll let you two start on what you guys think. You've obviously been there for 5-6 years. You've had 5 or 6 coaches in your time.
Yeah, I think I'm up to my 6th coach, my 5th year. So, like I said earlier, it's obviously off field. On field, it's not going our way. But we don't lose belief at all. So, like I said, we come in, we want to get better. We enjoy each other's company as much as we can. But when we do get those wins, we know the feeling, and that's what we strive for. So, the guys always say that coaches and captains, and they say, like, we just remember that feeling of, like, we haven't been going so well, but when it turns quickly. Like you've seen with your old club at the minute, they're going very well. So, we're just putting the layers in place to eventually, hopefully, get it to turn. I don't know what Cam thinks as well, but yeah.
Yeah, I think like the work and the effort is all there. We're busting our ass every single training session and every single game. So it's just the small things that just aren't bouncing our way at the moment. Like a couple of
the umpires call.
The Sydney game, it just didn't bounce our way, and it's just pure unlucky that. And it's just one day something's going to click, and then we're going to make our way back up the top of the ladder, so where we belong.
Yeah, I'd 100% agree, and I think there's a lot of young boys coming in, and I know at times we have played a lot of older players, but I think we've really switched to that youth sort of team at the moment. And I mean, getting games into these young fellas. Will Phillips is playing really well at the moment. George Wardlaw's come in, been hard at it, tough. He'll be great for the next 10 years. And obviously Harry Shees was having an amazing year. So I'm the same as you guys. I'm really positive, think it's going in the right direction, and really looking forward to seeing how we finish off the back half of this year. Obviously, we've said that the vibes are high at the club. We still have a good connection with the group. It was about 20 of us went on a footy trip last year. Now, there was good, there was bad.
It's not a footy trip. It was just we all end up in the same place in Bali.
You seen that ad?
The Michael Jamison.
Michael Jamison ad.
Yeah. So I think you're technically not supposed to have footy trips anymore. So somehow or another, we all ended up.
Relaxing spot to go to. It's nice.
Yeah. We all ended up in Bali at the same time. And Curtis and I went together. We went, a lot of the boys were going Monday morning at 7 o'clock, and we thought, there's no way I want to be at the airport at 5 in the morning. So we went the early 4:30 on the Sunday.
Sunday Arvo, yeah.
We booked a dodgy $33 a night room just for the one night until the rest of the boys
it
there.
Didn't start well, did it? Because we got there. We'd had a big week. Like, it's Mad Monday, and you get a chance to get together and have a few beers and be a bit silly. And then I think we might have had Charlie Common's 21st on the Friday. So it'd been a big week of drinking, and I'd booked my flights. I get there and I'm like, sweet, sorted. I'll just rock up to the airport at like 3:30, check in. We'll just sit at the lounge and have a few beers and get ready for a good holiday. I get to like the check-in.
I might jump in here quickly because we get to the check-in at the same time. So I go through, I check in. I was with Virgin. Kurt was flying with Qantas, and I went through. I sat at this bar for about 40 minutes on my own. I'm like, where's Kurt gone? He was like, the line can't have taken that long. I call Kurt, say, Kurt, where are you?
And I'm literally at the check-in desk, and I'm just like in my own world. I hand over my passport. I've got my vaccination certificates, everything's sorted. And I just look at the girl and she just laughs at me. And I'm just like, oh no, what have I done?
Thought she was flirting with you.
Like maybe she's flirting with me or something. But no, she just laughed and she said, you booked for next Sunday. I was like, you are kidding. Like, I do not need this right now. $1,300 to get on a flight. At that time, luckily I got on, but I couldn't leave you alone, mate. I had to go. So
that would have been funny. I probably would have, to be honest. I would have just let you fly. I would have caught the one.
But it all worked out well. We got there and we had a great first night. And but I stuffed that up big time. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, no, it was very funny. At least we ended up getting there all right, all okay, and we enjoyed the next week or two in Bali. Cam, I was listening to you. You went on a podcast with Tommy on the Oz American Aces podcast with Suv, and one of the questions Tommy asked you was, who would you take, your two mates you'd take on footy trip with you? And you named Curtis and I. And, I mean, that's all good and well. We're very honoured, but I think if we had a say in it, we might leave you behind because you came on footy trip, booked for 6 days.
Not talking about this at all on this podcast.
Woke up day 4, messages me and goes, hey, where are you? I was like, I'm just out getting breakfast, watching the NFL. Where are you? He goes, all right, I might come by. I waited there for half an hour. He didn't come, got back to the villa where we were staying and Cam was gone. You're on the next flight back to Melbourne.
Well, the truth is, all the older boys left, and count myself as an older boy, unlike you fellas. So all the older boys were leaving that morning. So I was like, I better go because I don't want to get stuck.
The demons got you.
No, I didn't want to get stuck up with all these young fellas.
They got you. All I heard was like, I was literally in my room and Cam and I, and you was sharing the same villa with Jai and a few other boys, and I just hear suitcase like wheels just like rolling, and I just thought that I was dreaming or something like that. And I've gotten up, and all I see is Aiden Bonner sitting on the couch by himself. I asked where you were. You were watching the NFL or something like that, and I'm just like, a message came. I opened my phone. Hey mate, just booked a flight. I'm on the way home, and I'm like, you are kidding. Like, what do you?
Jai led the way. Jai was like, yeah, I'm just booked a flight. I said, all right, I'll jump on it
or
with
something.
You.
And then you get a photo of these two, and they're just hurting in the back of this taxi, and they just like cannot wait to get home. They ruined our Perth trip. We were meant to go to Perth, but
I did go to Perth.
Yeah,
we were supposed to meet you because we stayed for another week after. Yeah. We did the touristy stuff after. Curtis and I went and saw the waterfalls.
And it was good.
Played a bit of golf as well there.
Played golf over at New Kuta Golf Club. That's an amazing, when you go and play golf over there and you get the 2 little caddies, you get 2 Balinese and it's compulsory. You can't play without them. And how good were they? Bloody.
Oh, mate, they were unbelievable.
They bring a putt.
It literally they'd say
line your ball up.
Yeah. They'd line you and they'd say 1 club length right or like half a club length left or something like that. They would, and you would literally just get out of the buggy, sipping on a bintang, and you'd walk to your ball, and they would bring 4 or 5 clubs over, and you'd like, how far? And they'd say, 150. And they'd be like, oh, okay, like grab that club. And like, it was cruisy. It was a great day. It wasn't cheap, but it was, we had plenty of fun.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was good. What, $400?
Yeah, by the time we got the round of 250, and then we bought
it's just ridiculous over there.
Yeah, we hired clubs, and then we bought a shirt, and but we couldn't turn it down. We were over there for a holiday and had a great time.
We got two sets of hire clubs, obviously, and there was 1 good putter and 1 bad putter.
I was sinking these putts. Like by the first 9, and Jaidyn's obviously a better golfer than I am, and you know what like Jaidyn's like on the golf course. If it's not working, it's someone else's fault or anything just like that. And this putter, I was just sinking these putts, and then he goes, "Fuck this, we're changing. Like we're switching putters." And I'm like, "Mate, what are you talking about?" Anyway, switch putters, and my putting went to shit. Like it probably just like.
And mine stepped up.
Yours stepped up. So
it was definitely.
I don't know if it was in our head, but you definitely got the better of me by taking my putter.
And you boys have been getting into golf as well recently. Your handicap came in real low, Cam, at about 13, I think. You put your 3 cards in, it came in at 13.
Yeah, 12, I think it came in.
12.
Yeah, and now it's out to 15, so it's probably what it should be. But getting into a lot actually. Try to play twice a week. Actually, funny you say that. Played Heritage yesterday. Yeah, was it yesterday? Yeah, played Heritage yesterday, and we had an early tea time, 7:30. So it's about
I would have pulled out
7:45.
7:45, about an hour from my house as well. I'd give you that, and it took me forever. I didn't even get a coffee on the way, so I was already flat. And I get there, and like about 5-10 minutes before tea time, and no sign of Steve-O at all. And I'm just like, this bloke, you got to be kidding me. He's organised. The night before, he's like giving me a buzz. You better not miss our tea time. I'm like, yeah, no worries, mate. And I get there and he's not there at all. I give him a buzz and he still hasn't answered. And then suddenly we get this random text. Oh shit, fellas! I'll meet you on the third hole. I've slept in.
So I set my alarm for 6:30. I set my alarm for 5:50. I was going to leave at 6:30, wake up, have some brekkie, relax, go to the range early, have a few shots. I was really excited about golf, and I went to click the snooze button on my alarm and accidentally clicked off. So I didn't wake up until my girlfriend's alarm went off at 7:35, and we had a 7:45 tee off. And I was rattled. I came, I met you on hole 3, walked out, dropped the ball, had me 6-iron, I think, tried to hit it, duffed it, went about 4 meters, quickly just went and picked it up and said, nah.
You are very, very passionate about your golf and
a few tantrums.
Oh, mate, some of the best tantrums I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, obviously Cam was saying before, I messaged the night before saying, make sure you rock up, make sure you're there, make sure, send him the tee time, the location, like everything. And that's purely because of you, Kurt. You are.
I'm a shocker. Well, I just don't do the early ones, but I have been bad of recent.
You tell us, I'm in. Good. And then we get to the morning and you're like, lads, I'm a bit sick. That's the usual.
He's the king of falling out in the morning. It's only when
what do you say you've had a girl over or something every night? And I'm like, not even like, not in the mood. Not even. I'm just not in the mood. I'm just like.
And it only is when the courses aren't elite. Like if it's Royal Melbourne, we're playing PK tomorrow. There's never any pulling out when it's an elite course for Kurt. He's
if I've got to travel an hour and a half, I want it to be top notch.
Look, if there's a way to make connections, Kurt's there.
Yeah, he's trying to rub heads with the blokes in Brighton at the Brighton Bowls, the Brighton Golf Club or whatever it is.
Royal Melbourne.
Royal Melbourne, yeah, that one.
We'll change topic a little bit. We'll obviously, like I said, we enjoy having a beer, we enjoy having a feed, and I thought it'd be good to ask you guys where you think the 3 best pubs in Australia are.
Best pubs in Australia.
Best pubs in Australia, yeah.
The Dick Whittington.
The Dick Whittington in Balaclava.
Is it Burley Pav a pub?
Yep, Burley Pav. That's what I was sort of alluding to. The Burley Pav's certainly up there in my eyes.
That's a great pub.
What's the one in Sydney on the
Coogee Pav?
Yeah, Coogee Pav. Is that called Coogee Pav as well?
I don't know. I haven't done much in Sydney. We'll check it out soon. Yeah. But yeah, Burley Pav's up there.
Ray's up in
Ray's?
Yeah, in Byron.
Oh, is that a pub? That's not a restaurant.
Yeah. No, but Beach Hotel in Byron is great though.
Beach Hotel, yep.
That is on the
Great Northern.
The
Great Northern in Byron is the best pub in Australia.
Anywhere, I think,
and it's got a piano room in it, and they play like piano, like whatever you want, and just
like if it's like I was listening to like Pink on the way here, and like rogue, so rogue, and I was literally like, if you go up to the guy and say, "Can you play like Pink or Taylor Swift?" and then the whole joint just like heaving, like and it's just blokes, girls, all ages, not all above 18, but it's a great time.
Clarifying.
That's a great pub.
I think Sereno Hotel should probably get a shout out while we're at it. It's obviously nice and local enough, but you there talking about your songs and telling the DJ what to play. You're quite the karaoke man yourself. James Blunt.
Yeah, if I do have a few beers and it's me and you at a house and not in front of too many people, but we'll get it. Jaidyn had this, you remember when you had this karaoke machine?
Oh, yeah.
And it was just a little like box, and I actually bought 2 of them after it.
You like them that much, you bought them yourself.
That much, and I think it actually made me sound half good, but I'm actually no good. But
I've never heard him sing, to be honest.
He's like I said, when you've had a few beers, he sings and he gets right into it, tries to emulate James Blunt's voice, and we sit there going, "Oh my God, Kurt, you're amazing. That's really good." And he's there laughing it up. You're laughing it up.
Oh,
do you want to give us a few lines?
No. The video might get a feature.
We're talking about pubs and that. We're obviously very honoured to have Ringers Western as a sponsor. They're obviously specialise in mainly Western and outback sort of clothing, and we're lucky enough to meet Andrew through you. There you go, got that hat. Bit of Yellowstone.
The great man Andrew McDonald. We did meet him, and he's obviously up in the Goldie, but Ringers, what a brand, hey. We're decked out head to toe.
We are decked out. We do wear all that stuff.
We've got like, he made us these shirts. Mine's like this 3/4 like nice blue short, and it's got like Curtis, and then on the back it's got Pretty Boy. Cam's got Cam, and on the back it's got Meat Eater. And what's yours like?
Mine's Houdini.
Like,
I think I smoke bombed the first time we were with him. So
he's a great man. And it's obviously We've got the boots, the hats,
Got
the
everything.
shirts. These boots haven't been out of the box, but when it gets the chance, I think in the off season we might head over to Texas and give the boots a whirl, I reckon.
Yeah, wouldn't mind do a bit of horseback riding or something up in Texas.
Bit of bull riding or something.
Yeah, obviously, if you haven't checked out the boots yourself, head online to ringerswestern.com. They're pretty cool, the boots, and you two are both.
Get yourself in a Kubra.
Obviously, the jacket you're wearing, these caps, they honestly can sort you out for any occasion, whether you need a nice formal place or just hanging around by a campfire, that sort of stuff.
It's funny how often you actually see it though. Like since being good mates with Andrew, it's like with Hawthorn now, it's all over the NRL. So it's a ripping business. We got like obviously become mates with him, but yeah, they're killing it, and I think they'll continue to kill it. So it's going well. It's good.
Beautiful. On that topic, have you done any camping yourselves? Obviously, you've got a place up in Moama.
Yeah,
Get up
Echuca,
there.
up near the river. It's obviously a house, but for a while we did camping every single year at Easter time. But I have one of those Big Daddy Deluxe swags, and it comes out twice.
Pretty boy, he doesn't like camping.
No, we
Doesn't
went
like
to Clarko's farm, and it was
It
like
actually
a
doesn't even
hurricane.
say that on the back. He's just brought that up himself.
No, the swag gets a use every now and then, but we did go somewhat camping a couple of weeks ago to Clarko's farm.
Yep.
And that was just like, I think if anyone wants to go camping, that was horrendous. Like that, honestly, right near the National Golf Club, it's just a hurricane. It was like you literally thought your swag was going to get picked up and blown away. And I was like, this is why I don't go camping. Like, what's the fun in this?
Yeah.
But no, it was good. I do a little bit, but not much.
I did a bit with one of my housemates. Went down a Wye River actually. Took the swag. Took my dog Hugo as well, and that was nice. I tried to get him in the swag and sleep with me, but he absolutely hated it. So I just tied him out the front of it.
That's
and,
the one time you've been camping. Is there?
I've been a couple of times. Yeah, but anyway, I tied Hugo up out the front and I thought he'd be all right. And then woke up in the morning and he's chewed his lead, like all gone. I thought, oh my God, my dog's run away. But no, he was literally just lying right next to my swag. Which
How
was
long
pretty
did that
lucky.
awning last?
Oh, the awning? Oh, funny story about the awning on my ute. Yeah, well,
Brand new, fresh, like
brand new.
gonna stay on there,
Yeah.
like gonna be perfect, just whenever you want.
Brand new awning, just put it on my car, and my housemate Jim, he's driven the car and he's gone into Undercroft car park and just gone smack, and the thing's gone flying off the back.
2 meter clearance,
Yeah,
and it's
2
just
minutes.
Wiping the whole awning off.
Taking the whole awning
I reckon
off.
it's a month old.
It was a month old. I barely even used it once or something, and then things just ripped off. And then one day I was like getting into my car. Jimmy was in the passenger seat, and I'm like, "Oh, you kidding? Someone's knocked off my awning." And I thought someone just stole it because it just like clips on and off. And then Jimmy's like, "Oh shit, mate, yeah, I knocked it off." I was like, "Oh, thanks for telling me, mate."
At least he
Jeez.
fessed up. He didn't
Yeah, he did.
try and dodge it.
Yeah, so now it's it's completely off.
But when you go for your annual camping trip, you'll get another one. Oh, Jim shout, I reckon.
once a year, yeah.
Cam's likely to count camping as going to stay at Jackalope in one of their nice resorts up in the Yarra Valley. So
Or down Margaret River in Perth. You get a
Yeah,
nice little
maybe.
cabin.
yeah. And obviously, thanks again to Ringers Western. We've got to keep giving them a shout out. They're amazing what they do for the community, what they do for this podcast. And like I said before, go check them out if you haven't already. You boys, you're quite tattooed up. Cam very, and Kurt, you're getting new little ones at the moment.
I've got a couple of different ones. I think Cam's got like 46 or something now, ridiculous. But I do have a few, and I get stick from you blokes constantly about it. You just like, what are you going with here? What have you picked up off Pinterest today? Like that's just what you blokes rag me with. But
And
they
that's
mean
what you've
something.
done, haven't you?
Oh,
You go straight to Pinterest, and one day he'll put in like Egyptian. So he's got like words in Egyptian hieroglyphics, and then
Dude.
Arabic, and then you've got some Persian, and
Yeah.
just sort of changes countries.
Japanese, I think.
Japanese, you got the
like
koi
cultured.
fish.
I'm cultured, mate.
Cultured, mate.
One
It's
day when I
smart.
go to these
Multicultural.
places,
Yeah.
I'll probably go to wherever that is, and they'll be like,
Wherever that is.
they'll be like,
Do you even know what that means?
no,
Like, can you even read that?
no, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like if I go to this place, imagine I know what it means, but imagine I go there and it's completely different. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
probably
just
they
means-
100% could just
You've
write
got
whatever
no
they
idea.
wanted on you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I could change it every day. I could be someone asks me what it is, and I'll just keep changing it up just to what I feel like it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's good. Smart.
Smart.
Smart by you.
And yours, Cam, do you reckon you're going to slow down or just keep getting stickers everywhere?
I hate the pain. Everyone's like, I love the pain. It sucks. Like, it's not good.
Has it gotten worse since you were younger?
What?
Do you think the pain?
everyone gets worse.
Because personally, when I was 18, like I was getting tattoos, I thought this doesn't hurt at all. And then I got to about 21, I was like, holy crap, this is excruciating. It's like a hot piece of thin glass just getting ripped through your skin.
It probably does. And like the positions I'm getting on probably doesn't help. And like during the season, it probably doesn't help either. But yeah, I think 25 now, it's starting to hurt a bit more. So I am slow.
How old you are?
25, yeah, I know. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, it's they hurt, but I don't know. I'll probably keep going. I kind of want my legs done.
Talk us through a couple of them.
Well, I've actually got I've got your name on me. Do I have you?
No, you don't. I didn't come out that night.
No, yeah, I've got you tattooed on me, and I've got got a couple other boys. But
we traded.
Yeah, we'll keep that quiet. But yeah, got a couple of lads on me, which is nice. It just means that I love them, and got my dog on me as well. I've got a couple of names, so yeah, I love the boys and put them on my body as well.
My name's actually tattooed on you somewhere, Kurt, with a love heart at the end of my name.
Mate, that was
run us through how you got that.
Just after I've just missed my flight nearly. We went to the first night. Jaidyn and I landed at 10. We'll have go over quite a few drinks, and all of a sudden I've woken up in the morning and I've got glad wrap on my ass.
How do they even glad wrap your ass?
They just put like a little bit of masking tape or whatever, and they just get the piece of glad wrap and they show you the needle, clean, and you're like, yeah.
It's amazing what they can do on a beach in Bali.
The thing definitely wasn't clean, I'll tell you that.
I'm still here, I'm still kicking, so it was good enough.
Run us through buying your house in Mini Ponds. You bought the house and then called up the media and said, hey guys, it's Curtis Taylor here from North.
Actually, I did see that as well.
Can you write an article about how I've just bought my first house?
Yeah, I've seen that on realestate.com. Jeez.
Yeah, well, didn't happen. I didn't call them. What's happened is I bought my nice house, and I think Wayne Carey lived in that street, and my real estate agent kept telling me about it, and all of a sudden the old man calls me. He goes, what is this article like about you buying a house? Like literally, like I'd really know, like photos of my house. Like people, if they want to see where I live, they know where I live. But I saw that and I was like, oh no. So, but yeah, I was fortunate enough to get a house. I'm around the corner from mum and dad. I've got my best mate and his girlfriend moved in. So it's 10 minutes from the club. I think the only ever time I leave is to go to Cams. I've got my spare room at Cams because it is a little bit far. 35 minutes, that's a bit far to get there. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's not quite, it's a nice pad, but I think Cam's definitely done up his pad in the last couple of months very nicely.
Yeah, run us through that, all the new additions you've added to your place.
Yeah, well,
47 barbecues, and the hibachi grill, and then
if I can say so myself, bit of a handyman. So redid my whole back deck actually with my old man's help. And
just don't look at the corners.
Yeah, don't look at the corners. Some of them are a bit off, but if you look from afar, it looks pretty smick. And redid the whole backyard myself, and it was a lot of weeks. This was in the off season, and
great bonding time.
Yeah, good bonding time with the old man, and probably pulled out my back a fair bit, but digging up all the sand and stuff. But I'm glad I did it, and now I got enough room for the 20 barbies that I've got in there.
20 barbecues, a sauna, ice bath.
Get to work out the recovery. It's the ultimate recovery place. You get fed, you have a sauna, you get in the ice bath, so it's professionalism to a T.
Yeah, when you look at it like that, it is.
It is.
That's it. And obviously you're spending this money every week, you're getting something new, and I always wonder where's all this money come from. And I realise you get my best mate and Kurt's roommate over to the electrical stuff for your sauna, and you give them one slab of beer between them. No wonder you got all this money for saunas.
I did get the electrical for a slab of beers, so I can't really complain too much about it.
They get fed too.
Yeah, they get fed as well. I did my whole backyard for free with me and my old man, so yeah, pretty lucky, I guess.
Yeah, beautiful. And obviously you're a Perth boy originally. Does anything draw you back to Perth? Do you reckon you'll end up living there?
Oh, yeah, who knows? Love Perth. It's a great place. But, Melbourne's home at the moment, and, just really enjoying my time here. I do miss the beaches down there. My parents are obviously over there with my sister and a lot of close mates. But, Melbourne's the place for me at the moment.
Half of Perth has moved over, though.
Yeah, you're
all
right.
the boys between Griff and Tark and Cam's other mate, Hardo, they've just their little Perth crew's taken over Melbourne.
Yeah, there is a fair few Perth boys coming over. I think Perth's just starting to slow down a bit too much for the older boys, and they just need a refresher in their life, I guess.
Well, you got the big mansion in Balaclava, so any Perth boy between 22 and 25 that comes over, there's heaps of spare rooms. Cam takes you all
they
in.
They seem to be Cam's best mate. They come out of the woodwork.
Never heard of these blokes before, and then all of a sudden, Hardo's moving in with me. As long as they pay the bills, that's the main thing.
Mate. You're a generous man.
No, they're two good mates of mine in my house at the moment, so they pull their weight, which is good, and it's a happy household. So we don't really butt heads too much, but as long as the house is kept clean and the dogs walked and the dogs fed, we've got no issues at all.
Obviously, you do all the cooking. Do you put it on the boys? They have to do the cleaning.
Know your role play.
Know your role play their role. Ben's really good, and so is Jimmy. They work full-time jobs, so they come home late, and they've normally got a meal on the table from me, and all they need to do is wash it, put a few dishes in the dishwasher. So I think they're pretty happy to do that in return for a feed. So it works well in the Zurhaar household.
What's the cooking cleaning set up at your place, Kurt? You get Link to do much, or do you just order Uber Eats?
Link's shocking.
Shock me.
Oh, it's just bland. It's just I try and copy Cam a bit of fancy. I do enjoy cooking a pasta, but I credit to him because the motivation to cook after you've been training all day is very little for me. But I'll cook a couple of nights a week. Ruby does a lot of the cooking. She's very good in trying to plan early during the day what we're going to have. But Link just sticks to the barbecue and chicken schnitzels, I think.
You talk about that planning. You're sometimes getting up at 4 a.m. to put meat in the smoker, and it cooks for 14 hours. You had one the other day that cooked for 2 weeks. It's pretty amazing.
I do enjoy it a lot. It's definitely a big passion. But the big cooks, like where you put, what did I do the other day? Did a big pastrami and I had to let it brine, put it in the fridge for 2 weeks, and then took it out and smoked it for about 18 hours. So the boys came over and enjoyed it. They thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a bit too salty, but I'm a bit of a harsh critic on my own food, I guess.
We'll wrap it up there because we've actually got a booking after this for dinner, so we can go and enjoy one of the places we've just mentioned. But I can't let my guests leave without giving me the answer to this question. Obviously, we spoke about it with Steele. He chose Snoop Dogg and Martin Garrix. But the question is, you've having your next birthday, so it might be probably your 30th, the next big birthday for you too, and you get 2 acts. Money isn't an issue. You get 2 acts, one from 7 till 10 and then one from 10 till late. Who are you inviting?
Acts.
The acts. Which 2 acts do you want there?
Jeez.
Can I call my mate Harry?
He's got Harry and Ed coming. Free of charge as well.
Anyone?
Acts.
Like artist or band.
They can be a band. They can also be deceased.
Red Hot Chili Peppers would be one for sure.
Getting them on the early slot.
Yep. And then, maybe like Drake.
Really?
Drake to finish.
Coldplay?
I think it would just be like a real mood setter and get the honeys over.
I reckon I might just leave at 10 then. Not a big Drake fan over here.
Maybe Coldplay, just warm everyone into it.
Great choice.
They've got that balance between like background music, and then they'll get the crowd going, and then maybe Avicii just to finish the night off.
Actually, can I change mine?
Yeah, of course.
I would want a DJ as well, so I'd do like Patrick Topping.
Oh yeah, Patrick Topping.
Just to get the boys going, make a big boiler room.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Who's your DJ? Fred again. We watched a few of his boiler rooms.
He's going nuts.
Honey Dijon.
Honey Dijon's Sugar Mountain. That's a great setup. But
I'll give our man Dom Dollar a shout out too. I'm hoping to get him on the show eventually. So shout out Dom. Make sure
Dom,
when I message you saying come on the pod, make sure you say yes.
You want some Ringers Western? We got hats, boots, all the lot for you.
Yeah. Well, obviously, thanks for coming on, guys. It makes it really easy. Obviously, with how close we are and we spend every day together, but to have a good sit down and a chat for 45 minutes to an hour, however long it's been been good. It's fun sharing stories again, reminiscing about stuff that we've laughed about in the past, and we're able to laugh about it again. So it's been amazing. Quick thank you to Braden and Roland Media. It's a great setup he's got here. So thank you for that, Braden. And obviously, once again, to Ringers Western, they're an amazing supporter of the podcast and a supporter of us 3 blokes in general. So thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Ringers Western. It's really greatly appreciated. All the best for the rest of the year, boys, and hopefully you enjoy your bye, and we'll see what we get up to in the off season this year.
Thanks mate.
Thanks for having us on. Good luck for the rest of the podcast, eh?
Make sure you follow us on the socials, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. I'm not a big tech guy, but it's important you jump on and support the pod so we can keep doing what we're doing. And until then, we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks, guys.